everyone, Scientist Mrs. Ryder here again. Let's finish up our unit about plants. So first let's review what the parts of a plant are. Right. This down here on the bottom, does anyone remember what that is called? These are the roots. The root's job is to drink up the nutrients into the plant. Then the nutrients travels up this thing. What is this called? I'll give you a hint. It starts with S. It's called the stem. The stem is kind of like a straw. The food and the nutrients travel up the straw or the stem up into the plant. What are these things? These are called leaves. The leaves' job is to take the sun and turn it into food that the plant can eat. And then up here, what is this? That's called the flower, or each individual one is called a petal. So inside this flower, the seeds are kind of tucked away into a little pocket here. So I'm going to use this flower that already broke off just to show you what the seeds look like. Normally I wouldn't do this to a flower because you don't want to hurt the flower, but this one's already broken. So inside this really small pocket are the seeds. And you can see the seeds in my hand right here. And those are the seeds that float around and grow more flowers. So today we are going to practice how to plant a flower so that you can do this at your own house. We're going to plant in this called a flower box. Okay? Inside the bottom of my flower box, I put some rocks. Okay? You just need little rocks in the bottom of your flower box or in the bottom of a pot so that the water won't just sit in the soil. The water is able to fall down into the rocks so that it doesn't get too wet in the soil. You don't need a lot. So the first step in planting a flower is that you need to have some soil. Okay? We're using special soil called potting mix. Potting mix you can buy at any store, and it's made up of soil and fertilizer. And fertilizer is just the nutrients or the food that the flower needs to survive. So I already scooped up some of the soil out of this bag and put it in a bucket to fill our pot. You're gonna fill it till it's most of the way full. You don't wanna go all the way to the top right now, but you're gonna do it most of the way. I'll show you when mine's done. So I have most of my flower box filled. So the next step is I'm going to make little holes to put my flowers in. We're gonna use this special tool called a trowel. You're gonna use the trowel to dig a little hole. The hole is just going to be deep enough for the size of the flower. So if you wanna look at your flower that you're planting, it's gonna be about this deep. So make your hole about that size. And if you don't have a trowel, you can just use your hands. You're just gonna have to wash them afterwards, but that's okay. Just gently put your flower into your hole. I'll tilt it so you can see mine. Okay? And then you're going to gently put the soil around the flower to hold it up. Okay? Now my flower is planted. Okay? I'm gonna do 4 flowers for you today. You don't wanna overcrowd them, so you're gonna put a little space in between your flowers. And then you're going to pick a different one. Let's see, I'm gonna do a yellow one. So you very gently take your flower out of here and put it into your hole. Then you're gonna spread the soil around it. Just push really gently on the flower to plant it, but don't push very hard or they'll break. All right, now we have 2. We're gonna do 2 more. Okay, next I'm going to do, I'm gonna do one of these ones. This one has some red and yellow in it. There we go. All right, I'm just gently putting the soil back around the flower now that it's in the hole. And then we're gonna put one more flower into another hole. So dig a little hole, and I'm gonna do an orange one because I want one of each color. I'm gonna gently pull it out, put it in the hole, and then very carefully just put the soil around it. Okay, so now I have my 4 flowers planted. These flowers are called marigolds. These like sunny weather, but they don't like it when it's super duper hot. So these are good for this time of year if you want to buy some marigolds at the store. So the next step, now that my flowers have one of their basic needs, they have the soil, which will give them the nutrients they need to survive. The other basic needs that my flower needs are water and sunlight. Sunlight is coming out on us right now, and for water, we're going to use a watering can. Now, you don't want to water your flowers too much, because if you put too much water in there, they won't survive. So just put some water on top, just enough to wet the soil. It doesn't need to be soaking wet. Okay? And then you are all set with your flower. So your job this week, your special project, is to try to plant some flowers around your house or in a pot like I did. I don't have a garden outside my house, and maybe you don't either. It's fine to plant them into a flower box or into a pot or even into a cup or a mug that you have in your house. But you can plant flowers just like I did today. If you decide to do this at home with your families, send me a picture. I'd love to see what you are growing at home. And I can't wait to see the pictures of your carrots that you grew last week. Until next time, keep growing your brains, friends, and I'll see you soon.